Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys all the fabrics I bought recently for my spring and summer makes. I have fabrics from in-person shopping, online shopping, and a wide variety of stores and a wide variety of different fabrics, so I hope you guys will find today's video interesting. But firstly, let's address the elephant in the room. I do have a really large fabric collection, and one of my goals for this year was to work on using up my fabric collection, and I honestly don't even know how this happened, but I have purchased so many fabrics recently. I'm definitely on a no-buy for at least the rest of the summer, but I thought since I did purchase so many pretty fabrics and I have some fun stories to go along with them, I would show you guys what I got. Okay, so the first fabrics I got were from an online fabric shop called My Little Fabric Shop, and I'd never heard of them before, but I saw them advertised on Instagram. And in their advertisements, there were a couple of fabrics that caught my eye, and I decided to give them a try. Now, the store is based somewhere in Europe, so just be aware, Canadian customers, you probably will have to pay customs when you get your order. And my favorite thing about this fabric shop is that they seem to offer things in a very curated color palette, like a lot of neutrals, pinks, taupes, things like that, creams. So if you like those sort of neutral colors, I think you'll love shopping on this website. And they seem to have a lot of different specialty fabrics that I'm not able to find anywhere else. So that's kind of what convinced me to go ahead and order from them. So the fabric that inspired me to make the order is actually this super soft Sherpa fabric. And as you can see, it's got a cream background with these taupe colored flowers. And I really loved the look of this. And when I saw it on the website, I just thought it was so unique and I wouldn't be able to find another fabric quite like this. So I decided to pick it up. It's got a little bit of stretch along the cross grain, but no stretch lengthwise. And I'm really happy with this overall. My one minor complaint is that it's not soft on the back. And that's not really an issue with this fabric. I think just a lot of these Sherpa fabrics are only fluffy on one side. I think that's fairly normal. I think just some of the fabrics I had bought in the past had a fleece backing or something like that. So my plan for this one is to make some sort of pullover sweater. I'm thinking of something maybe with a quarter zip, almost like a sweater jacket, kind of oversized, slouchy, and loose. It'll keep me warm, but the fun floral design really will make it look springy and fresh. And just to give you an idea, here's what the inside of this one looks like. So it's not like it's rough, it's just not super soft and plushy. So I think if I do go ahead and make a sweater out of this, I'll want to line it with some sort of lightweight fleece on the inside just so it's super soft and cozy. Okay, the next fabric that I picked up from My Little Fabric Shop is this really cool waffle jersey fabric. So it's 100% cotton, but it's got a really interesting waffle texture to it. And because of the waffle texture, it has a little bit of stretch on the cross grain, but not a ton. And I forgot to mention that one thing I really like about My Little Fabric Shop, beyond the color scheme, which I really like, is that they seem to offer a lot of these specialty fabrics that I've never seen before. So I've never seen someone offer a waffle cotton jersey. They also had some really cool embroidered fabrics and things like that. So if you're someone who loves texture, this fabric shop has different fabrics with really interesting textures. But the reason I wanted to pick this up is because this fabric actually really reminds me of a dress that I have. So I thrifted a dress from, I'm guessing, the 70s or 80s. And that dress is made from a fabric really similar to this. It's like a stretchy cotton fabric that's got a waffle texture to it. And I love that vintage dress because I find it super comfortable to wear, really casual, really easy to throw on, but really cute. And since I've never seen a fabric store offer something like that before, I decided to pick it up. And I really love the color scheme here. You can see kind of a warm beige background, and it's got really cute little ditzy floral pattern on it in brown and pink. And to be 100% honest with you guys, I have already sewn this one up into a garment. Like, I've folded the garment up, it's right here, but I don't want to spoil the surprise because I have a future video coming out showing everything I've made recently. So for now, I'm going to leave the mystery for you. But I love this fabric. It's really soft, got a little bit of stretch, and I just thought the design was really interesting and unique. So super happy with this one. Okay, and the last fabric I picked up from My Little Fabric Shop is this really beautiful cotton fabric. And this was described on the website as a cotton satin. So I think it's kind of similar to a sateen fabric. It's probably going to be a bit hard to tell when it's all folded up and not perfectly pressed, but when this is pressed and kind of draping in the light, it's amazing how much shine this has for something that's 100% cotton with no polyester or viscose or silk or anything. So that kind of really intrigued me because longtime viewers of my channel know, as much as I love shiny, fancy fabrics, I really hate the feeling of polyester against my skin. So I thought that this shiny cotton fabric was a really nice in-between option. Also, it's got my favorite colors in the print, greens and pinks, which I love. And I got 4.5 meters of this. I'm pretty sure I want to use this to make the Silver Saga Patterns Ella dress. I've been seeing a lot of people posting about that recently. I'm not 100% sure if that's what I'm going to end up using it for because it might have a little bit too much structure for something that drapey, but I was thinking if I cut it on the bias, it could work. So I'll see how I feel about it, but I have no doubt that this fabric will get used because cotton, I mean, it's so easy for summer dresses, skirts, things like that. And I love this pattern. Yeah, so all in all, I was super happy with the fabrics I got from my little fabric shop online. Again, I did have to pay pretty expensive shipping and customs from ordering from here in Canada. So I don't think it's going to be somewhere that I'm ordering from all the time because it would just get pretty expensive, but kind of for a special little treat, it was really fun to order from them. But yeah, I think they're a great little shop. They offer things that are really unique to them that you can't find elsewhere. And it's always fun to support small businesses. So, I mean, if you live in Europe, maybe this is a great place for you to check out online. Maybe the shipping and customs and things like that would be a lot cheaper for you. But I would recommend this store for sure. I'm really happy with the fabrics I got. Okay, so let's move on a little bit. I did go to my local Fabricland recently. I have an amazing Fabricland. If you're in Toronto, you have to check out the Fabricland at Yonge and Bloor. It's relatively new, but it's quite different from most Fabriclands. They carry really high fashion fabrics. I think they often get things that aren't going to other Fabriclands. And they also run these crazy sales. So I went recently to pick up some materials I needed, just like bias tape, needles, things like that. And I did get sucked in because they were having a crazy sale. So I picked up a couple of things while I was there. So the first thing I wanted to get was some suiting fabrics. So if you remember my fall fabric haul, I'd featured this kind of lime green suiting fabric that I was planning to use to make wide leg trousers. And you might be wondering why I never featured that project on my channel. What ended up happening is I cut out my PDF pattern wrong, and when I went to cut out my fabric, I realized that the length of the front and back leg pieces were vastly different. So I was pretty devastated about that, and I might still be able to salvage that project in the future, but for now I just put that away. So I wanted to find some suiting fabric that I liked, that it was kind of similar because I'm still trying to make my wide leg pants. So Fabricland had all their suiting fabrics on sale, so I decided to pick up this. It is 100% polyester, and it was on sale for a really cheap price, but I love the color of it. I think it's so fun for spring and summer. And I also just kind of wanted to pick up an inexpensive fabric that I could use to make my first pair of pleated trousers, almost like a wearable muslin, so that if the trousers I make from this fabric aren't 100% perfect, I won't be heartbroken because it's not like this is a high-end expensive fabric. It was pretty affordable. But I love the color. It's got a lot of drape to it, which is what I'm looking for a pleated wide leg pair of pants. So I picked up this one. That same day while I was at Fabricland, I also saw this beautiful striped fabric, and it was in their discount bin. So this was $3 a meter. So I got 4 meters of it, and I'm planning on making a fiber mood dress with this. The name is escaping me, but I'll make sure I pop it in. And I've been wanting to play around with stripe placements for both vertical and horizontal stripes. So when I saw this pretty white and black striped fabric, I thought it would be perfect to pick up, especially for such a good deal. And again, it is 100% polyester. It's really drapey, it's lightweight, it's beautiful, and it's got a nice sheen on the right side. And my inspiration for this dress is 100% coming from 2 places. So the first is a project made by Jerry in Stitches on Instagram. If you don't follow her, I would highly recommend it. She posts all the time. She's always making creative, fun things, and she's just got a really bright, sunny personality. But she had posted her version of this fiber mood dress, and she had played around with a really shiny pink and black striped fabric. And she had kind of changed up the stripe placement, so she had some vertical and horizontal. And I remember when I saw that photo, I was just absolutely floored at how beautiful her dress was. And I scrolled back and this dress was posted at least a good couple years ago now, but I still think about it all the time. So I'm going to use this black and white striped fabric to create my own version inspired by hers. And the other thing that really inspired me, for any of you who have watched Making the Cut, it's a sewing competition show it's a design and sewing competition show on Amazon. But in the first season, there's a competitor named Johnny Coda, and he makes this white and black striped dress, and it's almost like prisoner chic. And again, he's playing around with stripe placements, and when I saw that episode, I remember just being completely blown away that he created something so beautiful with like a black and white striped fabric. So I think I'm finally gonna get my Johnny Coda moment using this white and black striped fabric. So really excited for this make. Not super looking forward to working with a lightweight, slippery fabric, but I think I'm getting better at it. With each project I do, I get a little bit better at working with fabrics like this, so yeah, this will be a super fun one. So the next fabric I'm going to show you, I actually bought to make a gift for someone in my family. So all of you family members who are watching, click off the video now, you have been warned. Okay, so I also picked up this fabric from Fabricland, and it's this really beautiful fabric. It's got a little bit of texture to it, and in the bright light, it almost has a little bit of a sparkle to it, which I think is so cool. I don't know if that's coming across over camera, but I bought this fabric to make my mom a blouse for her birthday. We were shopping recently, and she saw something made out of a shiny pink kind of silky fabric, and she loved it so much. And I kind of said, don't buy it, because I can easily make you something for a way better price. So I picked this up. It was on, again, a crazy sale because it is a viscose poly blend, but it's got such a great feel. It feels really high end. And I was actually looking at the cotton silk blends that they had in Fabricland as well, and this looked extremely similar to those for a fraction of the price because those cotton silks are $50 a meter. So I was really happy to find this one. I just think it's got a really nice texture for spring, summer, really drapey, really breathable. And I already have a blouse pattern in mind for this as well that I think is going to go really well with this fabric. Okay, so at this point in the video, you might be thinking, wow, should the video be over by now? For someone who's not supposed to be buying fabrics, you sure bought a lot of fabrics. And I would say yes. I actually have more fabrics to show you. So I recently went on a little mini vacation with my mom to Montreal. And for those of you who don't know, Montreal has a great fabric district, and they also have a great fashion district. There's just a lot of unique designers in Montreal, lots of local designers, great variety in the fabric shops. So when we went to Montreal, I obviously wanted to go to the fabric district to see if there was any fun gems I could find. And if you're in Montreal, I would highly recommend checking out the fabric district. There's tons of stores. Some are offering higher end fabrics at higher prices, but some are offering really beautiful fabrics for very affordable prices. And it was just really, really fun to go and look around in all these stores. Like, it was honestly such a blast. So of course I did have to pick up a few things while I was there. I did go in with a little bit of a list because for me, I find I can get overwhelmed when I'm shopping in store at fabric stores because often, you know, things are everywhere. It's not very organized. There's no information about fabric content. So going in with a list really helps me make sure that I am going to find something that I actually want and will use. So one of the main things I was looking for in Montreal was nice suiting fabrics. I've been really wanting to make myself more dress pants for work and maybe another blazer. And I haven't really found what I'm looking for around here, at least not for a decent price. I'm going to list all the names of the fabric stores I'm talking about from Montreal in the description box, so you can check that out for specific information about which stores I went to. So the first fabric I picked up was this beautiful suiting fabric. I'm not 100% sure what the composition of this is, but it feels like some sort of wool poly blend. And it's really sleek feeling, but it's got a little bit of texture. The base of it is almost a greeny beige, and then it's got brown and blue stripes, which make up the plaid. And I think it's really classic, but also really fun. And again, it's colors that I really like to wear. So my plan for this one is to make a pair of pleated wide leg pants, or potentially a blazer out of this one. I think it would work well for either. But the fabric store where we got this from had amazing selection for anything you could want, but especially their suitings. They had a whole wall at the back, and they had some kind of almost dead stock fabric. Like some of the tags said that these fabrics were from the 80s or the 90s, which I love because I think they were just really high quality. A lot of them were made of wool, and they were really good prices, so it was really fun to kind of look around there. I honestly could have bought so many fabrics from that store, but I just limited myself to this one. But I would definitely check them out if you're ever in Montreal. Again, I'm going to put all the names of these stores below. Next up, I got another suiting fabric, and it was from another store in Montreal, which seemed to specialize a little bit more in occasion wear and suiting. And the prices were very fair, but a little bit higher than the first place I went to. So I picked up this 100% wool suiting, and this has got a beautiful drape. He had them all displayed in the store, and I was really attracted to this color. In the store, it almost looked like a rosy brown. Now that I have it home, it's more of a caramelly brown, but either way, I really love the warmth of this color. I think it's really timeless and it'll pair with a lot of things, but I don't love a lot of old-fashioned brown suitings that are almost a black brown and are really dark and almost gray in tone. So I was happy to find something warmer and lighter. And I love the fact that it's 100% wool. It's going to be so breathable. And these are going to be some sort of pants for work as well. Again, maybe pleated wide leg trousers. I just find those are my favorite things to wear. But if I find some other suiting patterns that I like for the bottoms, I would consider doing that too. So I got, I believe, 2.5 meters of this one. So then the last store that we went into in Montreal that I bought some things from, they, again, had a wide variety of fabrics, but it was definitely a higher end store. They had a lot of beautiful printed silks, silk blends. They had really high end suitings. Like say you're a menswear designer and you just do a ton of suits in your designs, then that would be the kind of place you would want to go and get some beautiful suitings from. And shout out to the store owner or employee there. He was so kind and very, very helpful. And he really helped me find what I was looking for. So first up, I got this black fabric, and this is 100% rayon, and it's got a pebbled texture to it. And it's pretty lightweight, but it's got enough structure and opacity to be good for pants. So I've been dreaming of a pair of black pleated wide leg trousers for a long time, but I haven't found the fabric I really love until I found this one. And he even gave me a little discount on it, which I really appreciate. And because it's rayon, it'll be a bit more breathable than polyester. So, and I think sometimes, you know, buying something like a black fabric, it can feel a little bit boring in the store. But once I've sewn pants out of these, it's going to be the kind of thing that I wear, you know, twice a week, every week, because I'll just wear them to work all the time. I think this will end up being a big workhorse fabric in my wardrobe. And last up, from the same store as the black rayon fabric, I got this really beautiful, like apple green colored rayon fabric. It's super lightweight and it's got a pretty intense sheen on the right side. When it was hanging in the store, I actually couldn't tell if it was like a silk or if it was a rayon or what it was. That's how shiny it is. So here's a little bit of the right side to show you just how much of a sheen it has. So it's very delicate, but it's very beautiful. I'm not 100% sure what I want to do with this one yet. Probably a dress or, you know, a drapey blouse, just because it's so lightweight. I don't think it would be appropriate for pants. Maybe a skirt, but you would definitely need to line it with something more opaque. This is pretty sheer. But I love this. I think it's stunning, and I can never pass up a beautiful fabric in this green color. It's just my absolute favorite. So super happy with this. That is all the fabrics I purchased recently for my spring and summer sewing. Of course, a couple of these are a little bit more fall and winter, like the 100% wool suitings, but I thought I would still throw them in this video in case you found it interesting. Let me know what you thought of the fabrics in the comments down below. Also, if you're liking my videos, please give me a thumbs up and please do subscribe to my channel. Also, turn the notification bell on if you want to be notified every time I update a new video. Okay guys, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!